to us if we have any adjustments that we want to make. That's what I'm thinking. You all probably, after not looking at it for a week, you can probably see little proportions that you might want to change, or places that you want to move something or make something a little bigger or something a little smaller. Rebecca, I see what you mean about yours. You're going to start with a different photo. Rebecca told me on Tuesday that she wasn't happy with hers. Let's put it that way. She was not as kind. Hi, Teresa. I didn't see you before. So I think we're all here. Anyway, I want to show you, go through as a reminder, the stages that we'll be doing now. And so I'm going to open up this share, and we'll talk about these. So you all remember, this is what we did last week, and this is all we did last week. It should be all you have. We did the size on the canvas, from the forehead to the chin, from one side of the face to the other. That center line, if it's going to be in the middle of the face, I mean, it is in the middle of the face, but it might not be in the middle of this shape that you made, because your person might be facing to the left or facing to the right, in which case this center line that's in the center of their face will not be in the center of the square. I hope you all understand that that's what that is. Does anybody need me to explain that further? You good with it? Okay, that Liberty, you need some more explanation? You're muted, would you? You all can unmute unless you have a barking dog.
There we go. I'm all good. I understand it.
Okay, you understand? Okay. All right. Some of the people Tuesday didn't understand. I wanted to make sure you all get it. So this line right here, this line goes just below the eyebrow line. You see, there's the eyebrow line is actually what we had put on first. Then this line that he has here goes through the corners of the eyes. And this line goes at the bottom of the nose, the place where the nose attaches to where your nostrils are and all that. You see how in the case of this portrait, that line is above the mark that she made for his shape of his nose, because this line is where the nose attaches to the rest of the face at the bottom. It's where that triangle is at the bottom. And in this case, his nose faces down, so the triangle is kind of upside down. Here's the mark for the mouth is across here, a mark for the lower lip, under the lower lip. Those are the guidelines we had put on. Then we put on the bedbug line. Anybody need me to explain the bedbug line? Liberty, you good with the bedbug line?
I probably know what it is, but what's the name for it?
Bedbug, B-E-D-B-U-G.
You might want to explain it just so I know so I don't get behind.
It's also called the Terminator line. When they were going up to the moon, they were looking at the moon and they could see the light side of the moon and the dark side of the moon. And this line right here is the Terminator line.
Okay.
So if you call it the Terminator line, that's okay. My teacher told me it was the bedbug line, and the reason was because a brave little bedbug walks out of the world of light across this line and into the world of shadow.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's an old term. I think they had a lot of bed bugs back in the olden days, and it's where it came from. But
the point at which the bed bug is no longer visible because it's now in the shadow.
Yeah, that. Okay,
so now is it a brave little bed bug, or is it a concerning bed bug we can't see anymore? I don't know. Up to you.
Yeah, whatever helps you remember. So along this bed bug line, this is where it turns from light to shadow. It's not the same as a cast shadow. And that's going to be important for what we're doing today, to understand the difference between the bedbug line and the cast shadow. The bedbug line is at the turn. The cast shadow right here, right there, that's where the nose is casting a shadow onto the face, and that is going to have a different effect. Now, this right here, that right here is not his eye. It's the bedbug line that goes across his eyeball. Are you good on that? This is still just shadow. His eyeball has a bedbug line, and it goes across the entire eyeball, and down below the white of the eye and into the lower lid, because that eyeball is making that lower lid swell out. And when we put on our makeup and stuff, we try to hide that, but it's a reality and you can't really hide it. So we include it on our portraits. This right here is the cast shadow from his chin onto his neck. It is not a bed bug line. I'll get a little bit more into that, and we'll show you what we'll be doing today. Now, take a look at this. You see how she has put bright red in some places. Right on the ears, she made dark red over here. So this would be alizarin crimson mixed with cadmium red deep. This would be cadmium red. You can probably use cadmium red deep for it. Cadmium red deep along the side of his nose and a little bit of it under his nose, along his upper lip, and right under his chin. Now, the reason for doing this is to remind you that that's where there is a lot of blood visible. There's a lot of blood right close under the surface. And so those elements are going to look redder because of that. You see how she also marked in the background color so that we could sort of get an idea of how the background color is going to work with our skin tones when we get there. Now she's beginning to make marks for skin tones. She's not painting in the face. That's not what's happening here. She's making color notes. Now this guy has a lot of little circles all over his face. You see these little funny little circles. That's really funny. I will zoom it out so we don't see those. She made it dark where his beard is going to be. If you have anybody with a sort of a semi-beard, go ahead and make it marks, dark marks where the beard is going to be, and then you'll be putting skin tone over it. She made this color skin tone for this area right here, a different color for this area, a different color for over here. So you see she's got so far already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks for skin tones that she's already put on here. And that's what we're going to be doing now. When she's done with it, trust me, when she's done with it, it's going to look really nice. Okay, I guess thought I had one more of them. I do. Here we go. There's a lot of stuff she's going to do yet, but see how this is how it looks when she's done. He has a 5 o'clock shadow. So she put in that beard color and then she puts the skin tones over the 5 o'clock shadow. Now take a look at she chose cool lights and reddish shadows. So she has a little more cool tones in the lights, a little more white. Don't ever add pure white, just add white with some yellow or some orange or something like that for the really lightest areas of the skin. And see how this red along the nose is right along the bed bug line. It's really red. On the tip of the nose, it's really red. Here's the triangle for his nose, which is backwards from the one that I've got for my portrait. Here's all this red in his ear, dark red in this ear, dark red in the upper lip, red underneath his jaw here. She also has red along the bed bug lines. This is redder here. That's redder there. That's redder there. And that's redder there. The reason is because we can see through the skin at that point and see the blood under the surface. And I can show you that again with the flashlight. It's actually pretty cool. Anyway, I wanted you to see where we're going with all this. It's going to be nice when we finish. So we're going to do this part now with the skin tones. We will mix up some skin tones. And some of you who are in the winter class have already mixed up some skin tones, so you can refer to those. I'm going to mix up some more now and refer to them. One of the things that's kind of good about mixing up skin tones, the first thing you should do is check it on your own skin. Make a skin tone that matches your skin. And then you can work from there. So I'll stop this share. Do you have questions? Anybody at all have questions? No dumb questions. They're all good questions. Alrighty. Watercolorists, I think you should do this too. You can make the little marks. You can make the skin tone tests and make the little marks. But what do you think, Melanie, about maybe wetting it all down and putting those skin tests where it's wet and letting it sort of run? What do you think about that?
It's not a test if it's on your final painting.
Well, make the test
So,
someplace else, but then when you
right.
put the marks on, rather than, because what we're going to do as oil painters, we'll put the marks on and then we'll blend them.
Yeah.
So what do you think about maybe putting some water?
You can do a wet and wet process to do this.
Okay.
That is hard mode because you have to get it right the first time, sorta, and you have to mix the colors much darker than you actually want them to be.
Okay.
Because they'll be diluted by the water that you put down. So you absolutely can do that and probably should to get practice if nothing else, but
okay.
It's going to be very challenging in these specific ways. So you have to mix the paint up like way darker than you expect because you're going to be dropping it into water. And then you have to, it's just practicing with the skill of painting wet and wet. So it's that.
But so what about if you made a bunch of tests on the same kind of paper with water and tested and
yeah,
then
you can do that.
Okay.
You can have your tests, your clear color tests can be specifically checking what they look like wet and wet. Even then, getting the value right is hard.
Okay.
So part of doing portraits in watercolor, whenever I watch other people doing portraits in watercolor, involves a whole lot of being okay with the value not being what you thought it was going to be.
Did that make sense, Manette?
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of realizing this is probably just going to be more like art appreciation, and rather than being a final product that's going to look amazing.
It is much easier to do it in glazes than to do it as a wet and wet.
Okay, watercolorists can do this in glazes then. All right.
Yes, because then you are not as, if you're doing it with this technique that involves less water and doesn't disturb the paint, you can layer it up to get the value to be what you want it to be, and you're not as tied to it being right the first time. And the way you get soft edges there is you paint up until where you want the blending to start happening with the paint that you're using, and then you clean your brush and you get it damp with regular water and you brush the plain water along the edge and the paint will flow into it softly. So that's practice with getting a soft edge on a section of paint.
Okay.
That sounds like a better way.
Yeah.
Glazes then.
Yeah.
All righty then. I'll show you what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to show you a little bit about the bedbug line and about that red that's along the bedbug line. I have here this ball, and I have light that's sort of all over the place, but actually this is going to work. All right. Okay, right there, that's the bedbug line right there, from light to dark. Okay. Now you see that in the case of this ball, the bedbug line is kind of bluish. Yeah, so there's going to be shifts in color at the bedbug line. You really need to be able to, if you paint from life, you can observe these shifts in color. If you paint from photographs, the camera doesn't necessarily catch it. So that's why we want to look at reality so we can see what's actually happening, and then we incorporate that into our painting. Now I'm going to show you what happens with the red that's on flesh at the bedbug line. It's let's see here. I put my hand here. You see the red that's right there at where there's the light and then there's the red. That's because it's showing through the skin, showing into the blood vessels that are directly under the skin. And by having red at that location, it helps to make it look like the person is alive. It'll look more alive than if you don't include that. Another thing that's important is that if you have two shapes that are both flesh, like right here, we have the wing of the nostril, and it's coming right up against this curved part, there's a muscle right here. You can see how this is thicker right here because there's a muscle right here. It's one of the muscles we use for smiling and talking. And this muscle curves down and the wing of the nostril curves this way into it. And because of the fact that there's blood under here and blood under here, this crease is likely also to be red. So you paint it red and it'll look more alive than if you paint it gray or brown or something like that. So it's, and that's going to be true with other creases. Like for instance, right here, because of this muscle, there's going to be a little crease right here. That will look more realistic, more lively if you paint this red also than it will if you don't. So that's just things to remember, and we're going to make little red notations for ourselves so that we can remember that. Does anybody want me to explain it further? The reasons for all these things?
My only question is, so CAD red light, CAD red, is it always CAD red light?
Nope, it's going to depend on your person. If
Yep.
your person has a cool skin tone with maybe some violet in it, maybe some, a very fair person,
Okay.
you would want to go toward a cooler red, maybe alizarin crimson.
Got
And
it.
if they have a very warm skin tone, you want to go to a warmer red. This red right here is for the medium skin tone that the fella that we're using for an example had.
My
So
skin would
a
definitely
cooler
be
or a warmer
alizarin.
red depending on their skin tone. That makes sense?
Okay. Yes.
And it's going to get mixed in with your skin tone colors that you'll make. So
Right.
before we get involved with making the skin tones, I want us to look at our paintings and make some corrections, some adjustments. Wherever you see that it needs to be adjusted. In the case of mine, I feel like I gave too much space right here. So I'm going to double check my measurement and adjust it. This is one of the reasons to not look at it for a little while. It's kind of like proofreading a paper. If you can proofread a paper, you will miss your misspellings and stuff unless you wait a while. So here is from the top of her head to her chin. I want to double check and make sure I got that right. Let's see if I did. Let me see here. Top of her head to her chin. There's that part. See if I got this size right. I'm just going through all of these. And while I double check mine, feel free to double check yours. Yeah, I didn't make this down far enough, so I'm going to fix it now. I'm just double checking all of the proportions. So this part right here should be more like there. And I'll double check this one, which I think I don't have this small enough. I did have it small enough. Once I fixed the other one, this one looks better. Now I'll double check from the upper lip to the bottom lip. That's fine. From the bottom lip to the shadow under the bottom lip is fine. And then from the bottom lip shadow to the shadow of the chin, and I have that up way too far. So that's the main thing I need to change. And to change it, even if your paint is dry, put a little bit of Gamsol, wrap a rag, not a paper towel, but a rag around your finger, dip it in the Gamsol, and then you can just wipe it off. I think, come on. I said that I could just wipe it off. Don't make me look like a liar. Okay, there we go. I wiped it off, and now I will reestablish that, only this time it'll be in the right place, which is down here. All right, this is all in shadow. Here's this part. Okay, now I want to check between her edge of her mouth and basically it's where her earring is, right about here. It should go from the edge of her mouth across this crease line and to her earring And that looks like it's about right. This is looking sharp here, and I think it's because the paint is sharp. I think what I want to do is soften it when I get to that point, to soften all of this, but I'm not at that point yet. I'm going to go from the center of her mouth to just below her cheekbone. Look at that. That doesn't look right at all. Center of her mouth to just below her cheekbone. Yeah, I need to adjust that. Okay. I knew there was something going on here. All right, that looks a little better. And now we don't need to put on eyeballs or pupils or nostrils. That's not what we're doing right now. We're doing forms and shapes and proportions. So all of that kind of thing, pupils and eyeballs and all that, are not what we're doing. So right now what I'm doing, what I'm incorporating is the side plane of her nose right here. I can see the side plane, and because this is a bedbug line, I want to be able to put red all along it. So I'm establishing where that is. I'll be putting the red. There's a little bit of light right there, and I'll want to put red along that because that is a bedbug line. Let me show you on my tennis ball. Or whatever this is. Here's the bedbug line. This is where you see a change in color. Now a cast shadow if I can make this work. A cast shadow is not going to have the red along it. Although the camera is showing blue there, on our paintings, we're not going to include red at the cast shadow. There, okay, that's better. So the bedbug line will have red, but the cast shadow will not. So figure out where you've got a cast shadow and where you have a bedbug line. So you can look at it by just kind of use your intellect. Right under her nose, a little bit of a cast shadow right under her nose. So that's going to go over here like this. I'm going to double check something. I'm going to double check the tip of her nose against our straight line. Tip of the nose goes quite a bit to the left of the straight line. And the straight line comes right through here. So I have her mouth too far to the right. You see that?
Yeah.
So I fix that. Fix it right now. See, it's easy enough to fix. Watercolorists, it's not going to be easy to fix, but I know every watercolorist I know does more than one drawing on their good paper so that they can do more than one painting on their good paper because of things like this. Except I guess some colors can be wiped out. Alrighty, that made a difference. There we go. So her bedbug line comes along here, over here, like that. And then this is going to be red here. So I'll put some red there. And she has fair skin, but it is a warm color. So I'm going to use a mixture of warm and cool, warm and mid-tone red. Right along here, and down here. Okay, now looks really awful, but this is at this stage, it's what we're doing. Then along this bedbug line, then I'm going to put it here, all here. Over. and down, okay? Now this is a cast shadow, so I don't put it along there, but I will have it at the bottom of her neck there, and I'll have it on what we can see of her ear. And this other ear is completely invisible in the shadow, but it is there. So I'm going to use dark red, alizarin crimson mixed with my Cad Red Deep, and I'll put it where her ear would be, which I really can't see it, but I have a pretty good idea where it would be over here, kind of over here. And then there's actually a bedbug line along the bottom of her jaw, right there. So that's how far I'm going to go right now. And I'd like you all. Now, her glasses, since I'm having her wear glasses, it makes things a little different. I'm not going to have you put red on the bedbug lines for the eyes, but just bear in mind that the way I shaded her eyes, this shading right here is because there is a bedbug line right across her eyeball right there. And there's another one right across her eyeball right there. Actually, I want to put some red here. Okay, I just don't want to put any right on her eyeball, even though there is a bedbug line on the eyeball. Let me see if I can get my eyeball down myself. Scott, are you there? I don't think he's there. My plaster casts are on a very high shelf, which he could reach, but I can't without a ladder. All right, I'll show you this again. Pretend this is an eyeball, all right? And we're going to pretend that this is the eyelid right along here. The shape of the eye curves all the way around. So there would be light here, a bedbug line here, and then shadow here on part of the eyeball and part of the eyelid. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'll turn it this way. Usually the bedbug line is going to be, pretend that this person is lying down at that their pupil would be here, okay? Pretend their pupil would be here. The bedbug line goes across the eyeball, across the pupil, and across this lower lid, because the curve of the eye gives form to this lower lid, just like it does to the eye itself. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to establish the bedbug line, but not red. We're using just our brown. Across the eye, across the lower lid, across the upper lid, which I don't have this time, but does that make any sense? Does anybody need me to explain it in a different way? I really don't want you all drawing eyelids at this point. That's not what we're doing. Di, shall I do a drawing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do a drawing.
Yes, please.
All right. So the eyeball is a sphere. And it has a shaded side and a lit side. I'm not drawing an outline. You see this? No outline here. Let's say the light is coming from here. Okay, here's the sphere. All right. This sphere sits inside a skull, inside the orbital something or other. I'm not a doctor, so I don't remember names like that. It sits inside the pupil. I mean, the iris might be right here. So basically, this is what we're doing right now. There would be shadow underneath the eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And shadow all across the eye, across the bottom of the lower lid. Now, eventually, we're going to draw an eyelid here. And what we're going to do for the lower lid is erase out some of this shadow, because part of the lower lid catches some light. And then, of course, we make this more round. Now, this upper lid casts a shadow on the white of the eye. And it might have a fold up here. But we start out with this fact that it's a sphere underneath something, okay?
That's very helpful. Thank you. It's
You're
a good
welcome. Does
reminder.
everybody understand this?
Yes,
Everybody?
it's just good to be reminded.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everybody understand we did not start out with this eye shape. We started out with this sphere with a bedbug line across it, right?
Yeah,
And then a shadow.
I remember in a conversation we had a while ago, you mentioned that it was like painting the eye closed at first.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
we
Yeah,
open it
Melanie
later.
suggested that to me. And here's, if you paint it as if it's closed, you'll basically see these shadows rather than seeing that eye shape, you know? Does that make any sense?
And then
Everybody
we can
good?
open it later when we're ready to put eyelids in.
Yeah, then later on we could open it. So, so at this point, we're not, and that's what I showed you on the painting when I did my screen share. That shading on there was not an eye, it was the bedbug line of his eye as if it was closed. Would anybody like to see that again?
Yes.
Okay, I will change this. All righty. Here comes the share. No, I can't see it. Are you seeing, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that drawing?
The painting of the guy,
Yeah, is that what you're
Yeah.
seeing? Printout
From
of
the
guy?
book. Yeah, from the
Okay,
book.
well, somehow I am only seeing you all. All right. Give me a minute here. I'm trying to make this work. All right. This right here is not his eye. That's the bedbug line across his eyeball and his eyelids, okay?
Hmm.
And this is the shadow, the shaded side, and this is the lit side.
We're not seeing you pointing at
seeing
anything.
your pointer.
We're
Yeah.
just seeing the picture.
You don't see my pointer?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh boy. One thing after another. Well, I don't know how to. Scott, are you here? He apparently isn't here. Okay, well, you
That's okay.
see the eye that's in the light,
Yes.
and you see it looks like it's his eye with a pupil and a top that's looking toward the dark side.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's not what it is. What that is the bedbug line and the shaded side on his eye,
Got it.
on the eyeball.
Mhm.
And if I go to the next, you see how she's accentuating that shaded side. There's even more shadow there on the shaded side, but it's still the bedbug line and the shaded side.
Mhm.
Now he has an eye, you see? Now it's an eye, but it wasn't an eye for a long time. You see that what she's done is finally at this point she's lightened it for the lower eyelid, where there's light on that lower eyelid, and she's put darkness across the upper eyelid. But that's not what these earlier phases are showing. Okay, you with me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to stop the share if I can figure that out. I'm having issues here. Scott, I can't stop my share. Oh, okay. There we are. Thank you. Thank you.
Gail, what's the best brush to be using? I don't like what I'm using.
Excuse me, what, somebody asking me?
I should mute because I talk to myself. I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
mute.
All right, well, I'm going to stay like this. Do you want to see that demo of mine, or do you want to see my face? Well, nobody seems to care, so I'm going to let you see my face. I want you all to get to that point, and let me know when you're ready for me to go further. Just raise your hand, okay?
Gail,
Yes.
I'm working on my own painting because I have taken your class before, so I'm not doing exactly what you are doing.
Okay.
So I sent you where I am with my painting, and
Okay.
would like your feedback and advice.
Okay. Remember, everybody, the very first thing I did, I gave a lot of talk to this bedbug line thing, but the very first thing I did was I double checked my proportions and I moved things where they needed to be moved. Okay, Berta, I have yours. You have the most perfect reference. This looks good, but I think you can make those cast shadows under her eyes even bigger.
Okay.
They can be bigger and slightly softer. And and emphasize the darkness of her hair and of the shadow under her chin. The only shadows that are dark enough are the ones that are under her eyes, and they need to be a little bigger.
I already did that. Yesterday I used very dilute paint.
Okay.
And today I started again to darken some spots.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Okay.
All right, that'll be good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else want to show me, ask a question or show me something that's giving them some, or, you know, wherever you went? Like Rebecca already went to color.
I'm on color too, Gail. I'm putting in the reddish parts of the shadows. I don't know if you can see that.
Are you still working? Yeah, you're still working on that. Hang on, I want to get a better look. Yeah, that's looking a lot better.
Yeah, I'm putting in the cool reds right now, and then I'll put the warm white reds. So the
nice.
Cool reds, you would sent me a text with where to put the cool reds, and it was here and in the shadows.
Yeah.
And then over here I'll put some warmer cad red light. I'm using alizarin here.
That's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody, Anne is using alizarin crimson. Her husband has a very cool skin tone, and so she's using alizarin crimson. Now, alizarin crimson is transparent. So if you're afraid of alizarin crimson being too dark, just don't use as much of the pigment and let it show through some of the transparency of your canvas. Don't add white to it, just let it be transparent.
And I was going to say, I'm using the lean medium, you know, the one.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Medium, the natural one from Chelsea Studio, I think it is.
That looks like it's working for you.
Okay, and then you said something about, I'm going to be missing the next class, but you said something about we're going to be using adding a fat medium into our oil paints.
Yeah,
So-
we'll be working fat after today.
Okay, so then with where I'm putting the lean medium in with the alizarin, I don't know how I'm going to do the
Well,
fat
what
one.
you'll be doing is kind of scumbling over it or adding alizarin to your skin tone if you go opaque with it. You'll probably
Okay.
be adding white or some cadmiums to your skin tone.
Yeah.
And you can, if you want to go cooler than what the cadmium does, you can add that to your skin tone. But you want these transparent colors under it. And if
Yeah.
you want to stay transparent and if you want to continue to work with scumbling and glazing, I think that would be very effective for you.
Okay. I'll see. I was also using some flake white instead of the titanium white.
That'll
for
be,
my
yeah,
skin.
that'll give you more transparency right there.
Okay.
And it won't be as cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I think you'll do well.
Okay. Thanks.
Rebecca, let me talk to you for a minute. Now, you told me on Tuesday that you weren't happy with your portrait.
No, I pulled her out of the pile of stuff. I was going to throw it away.
But you're still working on it now.
I decided to I painted over her whole face. I lightened it about 10,000 times. She was so dark. So it's just hard to tell from here, but.
Well, maybe you should start another portrait rather than waste any more time on this one.
Yeah.
Because you've got a bad photograph.
It is a bad photograph.
Yeah.
It is.
Find a better photograph and don't waste any more of your time.
I just trying to find, I printed out, what about this one? Let me show you this. This is the same bag, my friend on it. Let's see. See, I just don't have a lot of, that one doesn't have a lot of shadow on it. Is that?
Yes, it does. It has the right amount of shadow. I can see it.
Okay.
And her mouth isn't too open.
It's a little, yeah, it's all of them are. Here's my name. What, maybe, hold on a minute. Shoot. This is a cute picture that my niece sent me of her daughter, and I thought this was really cute.
That's very nice.
And she's a little, she's Italian. She's so cute.
I recommend you use that one.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's really nice. That's very nice.
I said, that one would be a good one to paint.
Yeah, put away the bad one. Just don't let yourself get bogged down with that. Turn it around right now, if you would, Rebecca.
Huh?
Turn that other painting around right now, if you would, for me. Turn it over. Turn it over so I see the backside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it up on your canvas on your palette, your easel with the backside showing.
Okay.
If do that right now, if you would, please, or put it someplace with the backside showing.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the front anymore.
All right.
And then take that print out. Take it off of the easel. Crumple it up for me, if you would. It's just a printout. Crumple it up.
It's nothing special, right?
Did you crumple it up? I don't think you did.
Crumple it up. Okay.
Thank you.
There.
Now, start another painting with the good photograph, okay?
Okay.
All right, good. Thank you.
You're a mess.
No, she's a hot mess.
Oh, I am too. Oh.
I sent you a photograph, Gail.
Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, good. Okay. I know, remember, he's pretty much in shadow.
Yes.
He's kind of backlit.
Yes.
So be careful about that. Don't make the bed bug line real, unless you want to change the lighting on him, which is fine. But if you want to change the lighting on him, you can make that bed bug line pretty crisp and evident. But if you don't, it's going to have to be pretty soft.
Well, it will be soft, but he is outside and his skin is somewhat flushed.
Okay, and he is backlit.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'll just send you a photo of mine if you'll just check it for me.
Okay, Liberty, I'm looking at it. I think you might want to make an adjustment to her chin. I think there's a little bit more of an angle this direction between her cheekbones and her chin. Even though her cheeks are rounded, I think there's a little more of an angle than you're showing. I think you're showing it going more straight down than it actually is. So double check the measurement from side to side. Use your measuring device and double check that. Double check it up to her cheekbone and all the way up to the top of her head, just several places side to side. You know what I'm saying? You know how I mean?
Yeah. I think I always have a nasty habit of just making things too big. They're always just like, oh, I just go for it. Yeah, it's still a little bit too big. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now is the time to make any adjustments that you see. Mm-hmm. Elaine, would you stand to the side and let me see yours?
Oh, okay.
Did you ever do what we're supposed to be doing today?
Yeah, I just started painting today.
Okay.
I started putting color notes on it, and then I just sort of kept on going. So
okay, but I don't see the bedbug line on your painting. I see it on the photograph, but not on your painting. That's very crucial. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're supposed to be doing. There's one on her hair, and there's one on her face, and there's one on her shoulder.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, you need to adjust that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Pam, I'm glad to see you doing measurements. That's what we're doing right now, adjusting measurements. And don't get ahead of me, everybody. I know some of you want to just keep painting, but if you get ahead of me, you're going to make mistakes that'll have to be wiped off. I see you, Di. Okay, I don't like what you did with her nose.
Oh, Mike, what I'm struggling with her nose.
Okay, remember the nose has a front plane and two side planes. So wipe off her nose.
Again.
Yeah, wipe the whole thing off. And do a drawing. Do a drawing that has the side plane with shadow on it, more shadowed than the side plane, and do it with pencil on paper.
Sparkle.
So I know that you understand.
I'm really tired today, Gail. We'll see.
Okay. Teresa, yours looks good. You have the proportions right. I think that her jawline in the shadow area, the shadowed area of her jawline, you've got a diagonal line there that I'm not exactly sure if that's her jawline there, but if it is, you don't have it. You have it pointing it's pointed too much toward her. Yeah, that. It's more square. It should be more square than that and wider. Double check the measurement. You see remember how I did that on mine? I checked between her at the edge of her mouth and the edge of the jaw, and then I checked it diagonally to the edge of the jaw, so I get that jaw line right. Go ahead and do that on yours.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Does that look better, Gail? I just sent
Um,
you another photo.
Okay.
See if that fixed it a little bit.
Yeah. Let me see here. I think you've gone too far the other way now. Hang on a second. You're showing the bed bug line on both sides. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little bit of notation on your photo and show you where the bed bug line actually is and where you need to make that red. And it doesn't have to be a complete red area, just red along the line. Hang on, I'm gonna show you on your photo. And I'm also going to show you what I mean about the angle of her cheekbones. I think you might have gone a little too far, but I'll do it this way and see if that works better for you. I've done it in sort of a bluish purple. So I've done the bed bug line in red and the angle of her cheekbones in a bluish purple. I'll send it back to you now. Okay, take a look at it and tell me what you see.
Right, I see it. So I'm kind of there, like halfway.
Yeah, it's just on the left side where that shaded side is. And that shaded side is going to be warmer. There's some sort of warmth. Probably that yellow wall and the brown from the wood is warm. So your shadow side is going to be warmer than your lit side. Even though she has olive skin, or it looks olive in this light. When we get there, I'll help you out with that. But you see those two diagonal marks? You see her chin is quite wide, and her cheeks are childish cheeks, but she still does have cheekbones that stick out even farther. Thayer, how are you doing? Oh, Teresa, I got your image, so Thayer, just a minute. I have to talk to Teresa first. Let me just show you where I think it should be, Teresa.
Okay.
The stylus on my new phone is on the opposite side to where it was on my old phone, and it's confusing.
I understand.
Oh. Hey, Mom, when you have a chance, would you mind flipping that picture again that you were working on so I can again look at that bed bug line thing again?
Okay, hang on a second. I need to.
When you have a chance, when you have a chance.
Yeah, okay. I did something wrong here, so I need to start over.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay, Melanie, I just got yours, but I need to do something here.
No problem. For some reason, never mind.
Okay, Teresa, I'm sending this back to you. It may be you had it too square before, and I told you to narrow it down, and you narrowed it down too much. So bring it back a little more towards square, okay?
And I've did stuff since you told me that, so we'll see if I can.
Okay. All right. Okay, Thayer. Now I can talk to you. Nice. Beautiful. I can't hear you, but that's okay because I can see the drawing.
Okay, the drawing, unfortunately, is not like the photograph.
Oh.
Because the top of her head comes up here a whole lot more. So I need all of this top of the head part needs to be redone. So meantime, see her there's the photo is here.
I see it.
And there's my thing right there.
Okay.
And you see her hair is entirely different, and it doesn't slant back right.
Well, measure from the top of her glasses to the top of her hair and make a little mark there so you'll know how far that should go up.
Yeah. Okay.
And then measure from her where the earpiece joins to her glasses.
Yeah.
That right there. Measure from there back to the top of her head.
Oh, back to the top of the head.
To the top of her head.
Yeah.
A little bit diagonally, like maybe 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Show me what I'm saying.
Okay, you're saying from the edge of the glasses to the top of the hair.
No, then from the edges of her glasses to 2 o'clock. From that point to 2 o'clock on her head. Sort of diagonally up. That way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and see how far that is and make a mark. And just kind of do that all the way around her head and make dots and then join the dots.
Okay. Maybe I'll redo this picture and try it that way rather than.
You don't have to redo the picture. Just make dots on that picture.
Okay.
From your new measurements and then join those dots.
Okay.
Because the rest of the picture is really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pleased with that part, but I didn't notice it until today.
I know. See, that was the truth with mine too. I had all kinds of things I needed to change on mine that I just didn't notice last week.
Yeah. So I'll work on those things right there. And this is I wasn't planning to paint on this. This is just a drawing, right? I need another piece and start all over with another drawing.
Well, the drawing is to give you some practice about what you need to watch for.
Okay, so then after that, I need to replicate this.
Well, you could trace it over onto your canvas if you want.
I think I'll try to figure out how to do that.
You could put graphite all over the back of that drawing and then just transfer it, Yeah. Because it's a good drawing.
Okay, well, I've tried to do it several times also, so that I could do a drawing for watercolor.
Yeah.
And which reminds me.
Really brittle. This cover right here pops off of it, and they get really brittle, and those can actually just snap off.
Here's a drawing that I did just on plain paper.
Nice, yeah.
And I could also trace that.
You could double check the hair, double check your measurements. If that's accurate, go ahead and trace that.
Okay, and I just thought I might mention that there was another painting I did a long time ago that I redid in watercolor, and that's this one.
Mm.
Oh, I remember that. Beautiful.
Finally, I did it in watercolor.
Did you use
Whoa.
glazes or did you use that wet and wet technique?
Well, probably both.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that
so
really works. I love your watercolor paintings.
yeah, I'm happier. I mean, there's places where you couldn't fix something, but in any case, I was very pleased that I finally did it in watercolor. Felt a whole lot
And it
better
worked.
about
It
I
worked
felt,
just right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
felt a lot better about it.
Yeah, that's interesting how one or another medium we're more comfortable with it, you know?
Yeah, well, I still like watercolor.
Well,
Yeah,
feel free to watercolor in this class. We've got a couple other watercolorists.
yeah, I know.
Feel
One of
free to
them
do
is,
it.
yeah, but anyway, we're working on this one here and I'm gonna redo, I'm not gonna put, I'm gonna fix this one.
Okay. All right, cool.
We'll
All
see.
righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Melanie, are these your references?
There are two options for references. I
Yeah.
realized that the one I was gonna, after seeing what we were working on, I realized the one I was gonna go with was not gonna work. So I went and dug out. I've been working on finding a new one. The one that's Phoebe and AJ.
Yeah.
The Phoebe one is really cute, but the mouth looks like it would be really hard.
Yeah, for portraits, for painted portraits, you shouldn't have their mouth open.
Yeah.
The reason is because we buy into stuff that we see in a photograph and we don't buy into it when we see it in a painting.
Mm-hmm.
And the nasolabial folds and the darkness in the mouth and all those teeth don't look good in a painting.
Yeah. Okay. So AJ?
So AJ, let me just double
Okay.
check the one about AJ.
You can buy one separately. If it's as easy as putting it in.
Yeah, he's got his mouth closed. There's no real good light source. Are you okay with that?
Well, it's not a strong light, but it's overhead light, isn't it?
I think it is. You see the top planes of his cheekbones, and then the bottom planes are in shadow. Are you okay working like that?
Would I not be?
Some people wouldn't be. I'm asking if you are.
I don't see a problem with it.
All righty, good. Okay, all right, go with that one.
It's
the better
very
one.
hard to find pictures of people who don't have their mouth open, but don't look like they're going to kill somebody.
I know.
Like I know pictures, but they're all
I didn't realize
deeply
it's such a problem to
unflattering.
paint pictures with people's mouths smiling. I had no idea that would be an issue.
Well, you know,
Well,
whenever anybody's taking your picture, they always say cheese. And so you go,
Yeah.
and then you look stupid and horrible. And that's why I don't, a lot of the times I'll smile for the camera with my mouth closed like that. And they always say, no, smile. And, so I go, and they say, no, smile. So I'm finally, and that's
Yeah,
why.
this one. This is my younger
Yeah, Liberty, go ahead. Yeah.
sister when she was like very.
Okay. That's really funny. Yeah, because so it's best if you can try to find photos when they're concentrating on something, if the children are busy doing something. If they're not posing for the camera, it'll be better. You'll be able to get more natural facial expressions with children. Okay, Minette, I got yours.
This is just a doorbell plus. I mean,
Nice.
what I have.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, the one directly underneath the nose, that's a cast shadow.
Right, so that's a cast shadow.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess the stuff that's on her, like, it's just so gradual. I'm just not entirely certain. I guess it's because it's just like you were showing on the
Let me
ball.
look at your photo again. Okay, yeah, the one on her cheek,
Yeah.
that is the bedbug line.
Okay, on the left cheek, like is she this
On
side?
her left cheek, yep.
Yep. Okay.
That's a bedbug line. And then the one directly under her lip, the one that kind of goes straight down and is not at an angle,
Yeah.
that's a bedbug line.
Okay.
And the one underneath, the one at the bottom of her chin that kind of goes around on her right cheek,
Yeah.
that's a bedbug line.
Okay, so I did actually mark the bedbug line.
Yeah, you've got the bed bug lines.
Right.
Yeah,
I
those
just
are
couldn't-
those are good. Those are there.
Right, then the cast shadow would just be that the underneath her nose is going to be a little darker because it's a cast shadow in addition.
And it blends into the bed bug line.
It blends into the bed bug line.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
when that shadow where was next to her ear and her hair, like, is that a cast shadow or is that the bed bug line?
That is a cast shadow
Okay. And what is that a cast shadow of? What's casting
from
it?
her hair.
Oh, that is from her hair. Oh, and her
Uh-huh.
ear. Just the fact that the ear itself is sticking out a little bit.
And that the
then,
bottom of her ear is sticking out beyond the cast shadow of
right.
her hair. So her ear probably is at a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
People's ears are all unique, just like their noses and mouths. Some people have their ear. You see how I have my hand cupped around my ear like this?
Yeah.
Probably this part is sticking out enough to be in light, and this part has shadow on it from her hair.
Okay. Okay. And in this case, there's a part, and this is the part that confused me, is on her left above her eye. It seems a
Yeah.
little darker. Is that cast shadow or is that a?
That is her temple, and that's something we're going to be talking about soon.
Oh, okay. So that's not a shadow per se. It's her temple.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I was a little confused. I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Don't worry about that. We'll be doing
Okay.
that in a little while.
All right. So, but I got the general gist of it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And is my nose okay, Mom, this time round?
Yeah. You've done the nose exactly right.
Yay! I figured it out. Yay! So I'm giving myself a big pat on the back because that was hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Do. Di
Okay.
Simmons, did you do the drawing I wanted you to do?
I did 3 or 4, yeah.
Can I see them?
Well, I did. Let me see. I did these little things, and then I started. I went.
Wait a minute. Show me those little ones you did.
Well, they're upside down. I'm sorry.
They're wrong. Okay, the one on your right is correct. The one on the left is not, of those two small ones. Huh?
I know that because that's why I did the second one again.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, you got it correct.
Gail, I wanted to say that I have a series of these photographs, and
Okay,
I traced them and
good.
and then I attempted with my brush to do the same thing, and my brush strokes keep going too wide.
Would you show me a close-up of what you did on the photograph?
Well, one of them is.
Yeah, just get it a little closer.
So I was trying to get that.
I think you still don't understand it. Send me, I think you might have sent me your photograph already, but let me see if I can find it.
No, I didn't send you anything.
You have not sent me a picture of your photograph? Okay, then send me a picture of your
I'm sorry.
photograph.
Wait, we're talking too fast. I can't keep up.
Okay,
I'm a little-
that's all right. Send me a picture of your photo.
All right, I did that last week, but that's okay.
I know, but I lost it. My bad.
It's okay. You want it? I've been working in black and white, so
Yeah, send me a picture of the black and white photo. Because you had it right. You had it right the last time I looked, but it doesn't, you seem to have backed away from having it right. So I'll
I'm sorry. If you could bear with me. I printed these out in black and white. The photo itself is in color. Do you want me to take the time to convert it to black and white before I send it to you?
Which we can order without, right?
just send me whatever you have.
Which without, right? Which one to order?
I'm sorry. I'm just a little off today. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Life happens.
No, it's black and store belt.
Dad, where are my glasses? Can't see anything. Well, I can't see up close, so we'll try. Export. It's a disaster. I'll get rid of the phone call. How's that? We got rid of the phone call. Export one. JPEG. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to share the photo. Share. Message. Gail. All right, here she comes. It should be
All right.
should be a JPEG.
Okay.
So
you have it so right on the drawing that you showed me last week. It's so accurate.
Yes.
I know you understand. It's just that today is being tough.
I think I'm using the wrong brush. I think it's too wide and I don't have control over it. And then when I go to paint, everything gets off. So
you know, you can help. Is that painting more or less dry?
Well, not now. I wiped all this out and started over again this morning.
But the rest of it, is it dry?
That is.
You can put one hand on the painting like this. And then put your other hand on that and go ahead and hold on to the end of the brush if you need to give yourself that kind of control.
Oh, okay.
I still don't have your photo though.
You don't?
Right.
Well, shoot. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with this baby. I had glasses up here. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to be the worst student because I came up with glasses and now I don't have a clue where they are.
Okay.
So I can't really see what I'm doing up close. I mean, I'm trying to send this to you. I pulled it up as a share. One photo.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
yes
That
or
was
no?
somebody else.
I'm gonna try message to Gail LeVay, and it's odd because it doesn't look like it's reading correctly that your name. It came up in red, which doesn't seem right.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to just send you a drawing, all right?
Yeah, sure.
I will just make a drawing and send it to you.
It should be your email that you Well, if you want to be on the exact same account, you would turn off the ring that your account deactivated and get it logged back in under work.
Okay, I'm giving you the top plane and two side planes, and you have an understanding of that. But one of them should be much darker than the other, okay?
Of the side planes.
So I'm sending this to you.
By the way, using the hand underneath is helping a lot. Huh.
Okay, so I sent it to you.
Yes. Hang on. It's gonna come. Should I wipe the nose out and redo it entirely?
Just take a look at what I sent and you'll decide. Okay, now yours is a little bit different angle than the drawing I did. We can see the bottom triangle of her nose more than you can see it on the drawing. But the main thing I want you to pay attention to is that those two side planes, one of them is dark and the other one is not.
Well, geez. I do not see what you sent me. Sorry, Gail, I'm just not receiving the messages. Hang on. Message. Again, try again.
While you look for that, I'm going to take my first break.
I think I need a break.
10-minute break coming up now, everybody.
Round dog would be nice. That Aldrich@hotmail.com, your email, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You named it on Capitol Beef Round Dog. And the dog has one
Right.
Sweetheart. Yeah, great. Great. Let's take a little 5-minute break here. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. We get a gopher or whatever you call it right underneath all my plants that I just did. And I went back and with my foot stamped it back down. Would you make sure that that is deer protected? Because those are the kind of flowers that they will eat. The white ones that I just planted.
Oh, yes.
In fact, like they're in
By the
the.
way, we can hear you talking about the gopher. I don't know if you want your mic to be on.
Gosh, thank you. I'm usually
Sorry. I get it. Yeah, no.
I'm usually the one that's like, your mic is. Thank you.
Just before you accidentally say anything embarrassing.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Pam.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you play D&D, or do you know people who do?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's too bad, because you're the kind of person, and you choose the kind of subjects that it seems to me like you would probably be big into D&D.
What
Melanie
is D&D?
is.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've always heard about it, but I've never
Okay,
ever
well, I think you
played it.
probably would like it. You ought to give it a try.
Interesting. I will. I will. I don't even know how to start.
How would she start, Melanie?
Where do you go?
You can do it online.
You decide whether you want to play in person with real people or online with people. I mean, they're also real people, but like via audio
On the computer. Yeah.
on the computer.
Okay.
And then if you want to do it with real people, then you would probably type into Google "play Dungeons and Dragons" and then your city.
Yep.
And you might find forums, or you might find game stores or whatever. If you want to go online, then the best place I've found is a place called Start Playing, where you can meet people online. A lot of those are professional dungeon masters who run the games. Like it's a paid game. And like I played Dungeons and Dragons. I just ended my last campaign last week, but before that I was playing for a couple of years with this lady in Brazil who, because of the exchange rate, she can have her entire job is to be a dungeon master, because the amount of money that she makes being a dungeon master is enough to be her career.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And that can be a fun way to play, especially for your first time, because that way you don't have to worry about whether people are getting frustrated with you because you're a newbie, and you can ask them to spend as much time with you as you want because it's their job. You know, you're not asking for anything. You paid them $10 or whatever to be here.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know anything about it. I've definitely heard of it, but have not been exposed to it at all. I'll check into it.
And there are probably game stores in Nashville. There's one here that hosts D&D games, and they probably would even host a beginner game.
They probably do.
The
but
reason I
one
think you
advantage of playing online is that people can't tell what you look like. And if you feel shy, you don't have to worry about feeling as shy when you play online.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Well, that's true. As soon as somebody sees me, they say, "Oh, it's an old white lady. She's going to be stupid."
I know everything I need to know about this lady now. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So Gail, you started to say why you thought I might like it, or what is it?
Because of some of the things that you paint, the fantasy figures and stuff like that. It's a very imaginative game, and I would thoroughly enjoy it myself. Except there is math involved, and I just struggle with math, and it takes the fun away. So
there's no math involved anymore. You only need to know which number is bigger, which is itself challenging.
Yes, it is.
But you don't have to add or subtract or divide or do any actual math. The only thing you need to do is this number larger than that number?
Okay. I'll look at a number and I'll say that's a really big number. And I'll say, is it bigger or smaller than that one? And I'll start to count the zeros, and I'll start to count the commas, and I still don't know.
There's not any zeros, there's no zeros or commas. Everything is less than 100.
Oh, that's fun.
But Pam, I don't think you have that same problem.
I never did well in math, but
You don't need to do well in math.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. I don't think I'm terrible at it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
was
to
my
the point
least
where I
fun.
can't. I really, it's a disability. It's a learning
Yeah.
disability I have,
Yeah.
and so it kind of takes the fun away for it. But it's a lot of imagination, and you know, a lot of things like
Yeah.
different kinds of creatures that are very strange, and I think
Yeah.
you might enjoy painting them
Okay.
even. You know, painting what
Okay.
you would have seen.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, well, thank you for that. Okay. I'll look at it. And thank you for the microphone thing. That is so funny because I am probably the person that's like, oh gosh, turn your microphone off. I can hear you talking
Oh.
to your husband. You know,
Sorry. Well, I just always, I live in terror of my mic being on and
yes,
like saying something
It's-
unflattering about
yes.
somebody that I'm currently
Yeah.
having a meeting with. It doesn't happen all the time. I'm usually very careful about what I say about people behind their back, specifically because I live in fear of somehow somebody somewhere
Yes.
knowing that I said a bad thing.
Yes.
But still.
It's like the thing when I sent a text to Frank, my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I was upset with his mother. And
Exactly.
I said, your mother has her panties in a wad. Don't talk to her right now. But I sent it to her.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
That is
no.
a nightmare.
That is
a nightmare.
I'm all hot now. I have to take off my sweater.
It did wonders for our relationship. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it
She
Liberty, I see you're working on the hands. Liberty, I see you're working on the hands. I'm going to show you what to do next with the hands, all right?
I was just putting where it was some darker, like the redder undertones. I just thought that might be a.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, and I need to address that.
Like you said, with it's the blood vessels that are closer.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you're going to use that. That's exactly time for that. So I'll get over there and show you.
Mom, could you show that picture that you were working on before so I can see where the red goes again? I'm a little confused about that.
Yeah. This one? Oops.
Your one.
Hang on.
Whatever
Change my
works.
camera. It would help if I changed my camera.
Okay.
There. Okay. And I will spotlight it. So it's not where you have cast shadows. There aren't a lot of cast shadows here, but you see it's just right along that.
What happens with when you have, like, I know my Blondine here, I noticed that she actually has pink cheeks. What happens with that?
What?
My person has cheeks, pink cheeks.
She has cheeks, right?
Pink. They're pink.
Pink cheeks. We're not there yet.
Right. So that's different from the blood vessel thing that we're talking about here with the shadows.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. All righty, Liberty. I got your message you just sent. Now, if you look at her photo, the photograph you have of her, we can see that she has, everybody has all these knuckles, right? And all these phalanges. And when they turn there at that location. Now, in a child, it does the same thing. It turns where you'd expect them to turn. But there's a little bit more fat on the hands. So the turn is gentle, but it's still there. And on the case of this, here's this phalange right here. Goes from here to here. And then this one goes from here to here. And that goes from here to here. They're kind of lined up to follow that mitten shape. You can see if you drew a line through all these little knuckles, they'd follow that mitten shape, kind of the same as this. And if you drew a line through these knuckles, they'd do it too. And the same thing's true with these. So I'm going to start up just by drawing those guidelines. The guidelines help with everything. So this one is right about here. This one's right about here. And they kind of follow the mitten shape. Like that, okay? Then what you do is you figure out, like this finger is sticking up a little bit. So you can make that one stick up a little bit more. And then this one, and then this one, and then this one is quite a bit shorter. So that's this phalange. Then you get these other two. And that's basically the way to do that finger, that hand at this point. Now the fatness and stuff like that, we're going to show all that later. Then the other hand, this finger is bent, but still has 3 phalanges. So there's this one, and that one. So I'll just make it happen here. There's this one, and that one, bent. You see how this makes a little triangle shape, like that. So I'll make this little triangle shape here. And then the top of it comes over here to the end of the mitten. See that? See how easy that is? And then the other finger, the one next to it, is coming up a little bit. So it comes up, over, and down. And then the only other one we can see is this one. So that's how you do it. That's how you break down what it looks like. And then each of these is going to be red because they're touching flesh. And we'll make it look fatter later. But for now, this is what we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Shall I send you a picture of this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let me gotta go get my bread out of the oven.
Ah, yeah.
I think you can get this time, for the chime and transform and go by like all the
Okay, I sent it.
Okay, just got it. Let me.
Okay, does anybody have questions for me?
What do we do?
Huh?
when we think, what do we do when we think we've got where you've carried us to so far?
Well, then it's time for me to do the next part of our demonstration.
Okay.
And Elaine, I don't think you understood what I was telling you needed to do.
I thought I did. I don't know. I guess I don't know, understand that. I just got way ahead of myself. That's
You sure did. What I wanted you to do was draw bedbug lines. And you have not drawn bedbug lines. Bedbug lines. Let me. I'm going to show you.
I have a hard time seeing it on this photograph, to tell you the truth.
Well,
I thought
on her shoulder. If you send the black and white version of your send me the black and white version of that photograph, and I'll show you where the bedbug lines are.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to get the backlit look and that beautiful hair, is by incorporating those bedbug lines. If you don't do it, it won't look right.
Okay. Let me send the black and white to you.
Gail, should I be doing the lines in my fingers on my painting
Hang
at the
on.
moment?
I have to do it on my
Can I go
phone.
ahead and do that, or just focus on the values and the red?
Actually, you can do the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are going to be red. So just go ahead and do them.
Okay.
And feel free to wipe things off and move them around as you need, if it doesn't come out right the first time. But good, use your transparent red oxide to start with. And then we're going to be mixing skin tones. Let's see, somebody was going to send me something. Elaine, you were going to send that to me. And Di Simmons, I need to see if you understood, if you ever got what I sent.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, Elaine, I got yours.
You found it.
Okay, I'm going to draw the bedbug line on here, and the bedbug line is something that should be the color. All the colors that are on one side of that bedbug line are going to be warmer than the ones that are on the other side. Okay, so they have to be different colors. They can't just be. You can't just do what you're doing, or it won't work.
Well, I started off like that, and then I went backwards, and now I'm kind of all fucked up. So
yeah, so we're gonna fix that.
I guess I should wait until it dries.
You don't have to wait for it to dry. You need to.
It's gonna get all muddy.
You need to not get ahead of me when I'm teaching.
Yeah, today I did. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about that. I tend to work too fast. So.
Okay, I'm going to send it back with each of the bedbug line areas marked in red. All right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
But what can I do now that I've got white in the mix?
Wipe it off.
Well, the thing is that if I wipe it off, you can't paint over it without it getting muddy.
Wipe it off with some Gamsol.
Okay.
Okay, I sent it.
Okay.
The bedbug line and incorporating that in your painting and understanding it is what gives your painting light. Otherwise, you won't have light. You'll just have kind of a chalky effect.
Yep. Did you send it to me? Because I didn't get it.
I did send it. I sent it through WhatsApp.
To me?
Yeah, to you.
It's weird. I haven't got it yet.
Okay. Here it is, showing that it's been sent.
Oh, shoot. Should have asked you that before I started painting. I seem to be bed bug impaired.
You're not the only one. I was struggling too.
It's not I mean, not to blame the picture, but it's not a great picture.
It's a
as far
cute picture, and if you get the bed bugs on there the way they're supposed to be, it's going to be adorable.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Rebecca, yours is looking magnificent. I am going to start again, continue with my demo for people that are ready for that and are wondering what's happening next. So the next thing is going to be skin tones. And we're still working from a black and white photograph. If you have a really excellent color photograph, you can start working from that or from your monitor or something. But the colors in the photograph probably will be inaccurate. So my recommendation is to try to work from either life, your own skin, or the skin of the person, if you have the person with you, or you know, memory. Just you can work from the photograph if it's a pretty good photograph. If it's not, you might want to do some other way. So Minette's situation, we were in a chapel, and I'm going to treat it like warm shadows and cool light, because this is a very traditional setting, and paintings at that time, like the paintings that Caravaggio did in traditional settings, had cool light and warm shadows. So I'm going to treat it like it's that. So I'm making a warm brown for the shadow side. Down over in here in this really dark shadow, I'm going to make brown notes. And remember, these are color notes. I'm not coloring it in. I'm making notes. And I'm going to start with this brush for over here and make notes of these shadows. I've already kind of put this darkness in for the shadows. And now where I had put the darkness, I'm going to make notes of what I think the skin tones will be over there in shadow. And these are just my first possibilities. You know, I'm saying maybe the skin tones will be like this over here. Okay. Now, people have right here between this side and the front plane of their forehead, there's a little area right here that's going to be a slightly different value. If you feel on your forehead, you can feel where it goes from the front to this side and then all the way down. There's a ridge of bone right here. So from here to here, right along there, is a little angle, a little plane. So I'm going to remember that there's a plane there when I mix up my colors. I'm going to use slightly cooler for her face. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of cadmium red light and some white. Let's see here for the light tones on her face. Here we go. Get some more of this going. And if you don't want to try to do it from memory, go ahead and do it from a color photo, but really try to have a good color photo that really gives you the information that you need. And like I say, we're just putting notes. We're not coloring it all in. I want to get this mid-tone, which is going to be slightly different from under here. It'll be slightly darker. So I'll start with orange because she does generally have a warm skin tone. I'll start with orange and add blue and cadmium red light, and then lighten all of this with the white.
Then you go down here where it says history, you click history, it'll show all the videos for I don't know how long.
I need more room, so I'll move this shadow color down here.
Yeah. I did get you guys pop on this guy.
Would somebody mute somebody who has a man talking in the background? Now this might be too light for this central section. It might work better for over here. I'm going to test it on my own skin. You see how it's warmer than my skin, but it's about the right value. So this could be pretty good for the light part on her skin, because her skin is a little warmer than mine. Mine is a little pinker than hers. So I'll put it on the light part over here, just a note, okay? A note for what it would be like over here. Now you see on this white canvas, it looks really too dark, but you saw how on my skin, it matched pretty closely. So test it on your skin. This cadmium molecule is too big to go through your skin. So don't worry about it poisoning you by putting it on your skin. I'm going to put a slightly lighter note right there. There's a little more light there, so I'm adding more yellow. If I add just white, it'll look too chalky, so I'm putting yellow and white over here. Okay, like that. Now I'm not trying to make it look realistic. I'm just putting it where I think I want those colors. Now I'm going to add more of my orange and red to make it a little darker, a little bit more blue, a little darker for this front plane. Now I might have made it too dark, and if I did, I'll add a little white. So here's the front plane. It needs to be evidently different from that side plane, but not too dark. And I think that's going to be okay. I think that's going to be all right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this shadow color to that front plane to show the darkness that's here and in here, and the half tone that's right here at the bedbug line. And I let that red blend in with it. So this is the idea. I just go around the whole painting with this type of thinking, where I think I might want to have these midtones right near the bedbug line that's going to have the red mixed in. Let's see here, where I think I might want to have lighter colors. I'm not going to worry about the pink in the cheeks just yet. Right now, I'm still thinking about light and shadow. There's going to be quite a bit of light here. And quite a bit of light right here. Remember, there's a little bit of flesh when we smile. A little bit of flesh comes out and gives us a little highlight right there. There's light here. Remember what this looks like on the share that I did. It's kind of odd looking, and that's just fine. There's a little more shadow right in here. Not shadow, it's just a little darker. Okay, put it that way. A little less light right in here, and a little more light over here. There's a little more light right here and here, and a little less light right in here. And then a little less light here, a little more light here. And then over on this side, this part of the shadow in her eye socket, and I'm still not doing eyes. I'm still just doing the eye socket. Quite a bit of shadow in this eye socket. Quite a bit of shadow with red in it, right here next to her nose. I'm not doing nostrils and stuff just yet. They're going to be different. Cast shadow here. A little bit of light right here and here. Okay, some light right here. Very light right here. And let it mix in with the pink, the red along the edge here. All right, I'm gonna modulate this. I think there's a little bit more light toward the top here and a little bit more light right here. And right here. And then I can pull these together like that. What?
Sorry, I was just answering my husband.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
Sorry,
now
I'm
on the top plane of the nose, on the top plane of this nose, I'm going to make my marks go sideways to remind myself that's the top plane. Sometimes I do that. You don't have to, but I'm doing that because she's at this upward tilted position. And then this part of her nose has some light reflected from here, so it's actually not as dark as this part of her nose. So I'll make it a little darker and a little redder than the top plane, because this is that bottom triangle. And then the side plane is going to be darker. So I just add some of my darkness. Like this. I don't want this to look like a line here, so when I add the little bit of light that's there, this is where that muscle curves in. So I eliminate the line. I don't want a line, I just want that curve. And then same on this side. I don't want a line, but I do want the curve. And the red that's in here, I'm going to use a darker red right in here. Come on, come on, I'll go all the way to alizarin crimson then. I'm experimenting with leaving my paints out on this palette because I am painting every day. And they're beginning to get little skins on the top. Now I want to have more light right here. So I'm adding some more yellow and white. More light right here. Come on, here we go. And more light there and more light right here. And then I'm going to put more light right here under her glasses. I'm going to deal more with the glasses later. Right now I'm just establishing color notes of light and shadow. Her ear, I'm just going to put a little bit more of the light flesh tone over that red and let the red show through. And then on her upper lip, add some of the cadmium red deep to my dark brown color and put it on that red that's there. Over on this side, I'm going to give it a lost edge, her lip, and bring this red down. But you see how I'm using, for all my variations of these skin tones, it's these cadmiums plus ultramarine plus white, except when I need to add the alizarin crimson. Get rid of that. I'm using yellow with white for these light areas.
Cadmium yellow, medium or light?
It would depend for you on whether your person has a warm skin tone or a cool skin tone. The warmer skin tone would use the cadmium yellow medium. I'm going with cadmium yellow light, even though her skin tone tends to be warm. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm doing warm shadows, and I want the skin tone to be a little cooler than the shadows. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now this is a lost edge between her face and the background. So I'll gradually shift this dark background color to be a little bit more orange and red as it turns toward her face. Get more red in it. So it'll look more like skin in shadow. So you see, if you look at the palette over here, I don't have separate pools of paint. This is essentially like the color swatches that some of you have done, but they're blended together here on the palette. And I'm comparing what this looks like on the palette, how it looks compared to that. So that way I have a better idea of how it's going to look over here. And I want to add more and more red as I get away from the darker colors and more toward the flesh tones. I want to keep them quite dark, and the red is dark and warm. So I want to keep it dark and warm. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate color around the it's sort of in the glasses area here. It's getting difficult to try to keep it separate. And then I make a cool color note for her neck. Switching over to the darker color note for the shadow side of her neck. And all we're doing is light and shadow. We're still not doing detail. We're not doing features. Okay? Now I'll show you on the share what that looks like at this point for the see, that's what hers looks like at this point. Just notes of where these colors are going to go. Let's see here. Here is about as far along as I am on mine. No, actually, she's got his eyes in there. That's not quite it. More like this, okay? I've gotten about as far as this on mine. I'll indicate her hair. Her hair is cooler than her skin. So for the dark side, I'll add more blue, make it cooler, and give it a lost edge over here. It's got a little bit of the darkness here. Now I'll add more yellow and white for the lighter side. Red if it turns green, which it did, and more white. And just marks. That doesn't look like it has enough white in it, but it might once I get the darkness in there. Let me see if it will look dark enough once I get that dark background in. So I'll put the dark background in. I'll get some ultramarine and some cad red, deep cad red light, and put that here just to make sure that it's going to look dark enough, light enough, and I think it might. I think that might be light enough. I could put more. I'm going to stop this share. So you see that I'm not painting the background. I'm just making marks to see whether this color looks like it'll be light enough for me to use. And I think it does. I think I might lighten it a little bit for some of the real highlight areas, but for this part of testing our color notes, I think it's probably okay. Because I've got other things I have to bear in mind when I get down to her glasses and stuff, lost edges and things like that I have to do. So I'll leave that color for now. If you have any place where you need to check the color that you're doing on the face by testing it against what you're going to do with the background, feel free to just put a little bit of background color here. Don't paint in the background. That's not what I'm saying. Just put a little bit of it here to check against the color that you're testing. So what do you think? Does that look like you can do it?
It's hard.
It has to be good.
Okay. All right. I think it might be lunchtime.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock for me, or that's noon for you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take a lunch break. You go ahead and try your color notes. Liberty, you didn't make a color chart. Would you like to make some color swatches before you try putting it on the figure? Go ahead and unmute.
Forgot about that.
Okay.
I've been like a little bit just trying to experiment with like the color on it to see if the values are right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Just spend all the time you need to get those color notes right.
So I was trying to mix up colors and see what it needs because it's cooler in some parts. But then you have the yellow kind of overcast from the wall that I'm trying to get right.
Well, that's going to be reflected light, and you'll sort of work that into your shadow side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hold up your palette so I can see what colors you have so far? Okay, I think you've got too much red in there.
Mm-hmm.
Those cadmiums are really strong. Right. So start out for your figure. Let's have it be that the shadows are cool, but that you're going to go ahead and incorporate that that yellow later on. Not yet, but later on. And the skin tone can be warm. So use orange and ultramarine. And then if it gets to looking green, add a little bit of cadmium red light and white. That could be your starting point.
Okay.
And then for the shadow areas, use that color but add more blue.
Mm-hmm.
And for your light areas, add more yellow and white.
Yellow.
It would be cadmium yellow deep and white. Then we'll do that reflected light later, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to say it again?
Just say the colors that I'm going to use.
Okay, for the light, cadmium orange is going to be your basic color because she has warm skin tone.
Okay. Cadmium orange right there.
Then for shadow, it's going to be cadmium orange with ultramarine blue added. And sometimes that turns green. If it does, add some cadmium red.
Right. Got it. That one kind of there, you can't really see it. It's kind of like a darkish, and that's just the orange and the ultramarine.
Yeah.
See
if that
there?
turns green, add some red to kill the green.
Okay, and then I said yellow and white. That's too much yellow. Slice that. Okay. There we go. That's the color. What was that medium? Was there a medium color you said, other than the yellow and the white?
Oh, Mian?
A medium, like a medium in between.
Cadmium yellow medium. Yeah.
Okay.
If your person had a cool skin tone, I would have you use cadmium yellow light, but she doesn't.
One. Oh, that's great. See what that does.
Berta, you want to show me your skin tones? Okay, and then, so did you get it all written down? You want to read it back to me so I can tell what you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. You said. Sorry, I'm not very good speller. Let me use this one, that one, the light, and this one. So it'd just be like these four in white?
Yeah. I think that's all you're going to need.
Okay. I think I got that down in my brain.
Okay, good. Awesome.
And then I can write it down.
All right, then I'm going to go have lunch.
Okay, you have lunch.
Okay. All righty. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, bye.
Yep.
Start with one of those things. And you'll be fine. That's it for me.
Get downstairs.
Oh, this is still too long.
Scale back.
No.
How's it going for everybody?
Out of white.
You're,
Gail,
excuse
I
me?
sent you the last one,
Okay, let me see.
one that I didn't include the reference. So I sent you really the last one.
Yeah, okay, yes. This is so beautiful.
Thank you. So
So beautiful.
this is black and white. So I need to invent colors.
Yeah, you'll have to invent color for this.
Yeah. Do you have
I
any
think the
specific?
easiest thing, huh?
Do you have any advice for me?
Yeah, I think you should use your own coloring and have a mirror with you and test the skin tones against what you're seeing in the mirror. I think that
Okay.
might be the easiest way to do it.
I will do that. Thank
Okay,
you very much.
but keep her hair dark.
I will do that.
Okay,
Yes.
like your
Thank you.
hair it has some darker areas. Keep her hair about that color.
Okay. I
All
will
right, I
do
think
that.
that should work.
Thank
This
you.
is beautiful. Really a lovely photograph you had to work from too.
Thank you.
How are your skin tone mixes doing, Liberty?
Pretty good, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of what we're working with.
Yeah, I think so. I
I'm
think
figuring it out.
they might be too light.
Too light for the lighter
I think
spots.
they're probably too light. Double check, put some of it on your own skin and see whether it's lighter than your own skin.
So we don't want it to be too light. We want it to be at
Right.
least around the same color.
At least as dark as you are, maybe a little darker, because you said she's a little darker.
See, that's a little bit. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I'll work that out.
Okay. Elaine, how's it going? If you're talking to me, I can't hear you.
I think at this point I'm so far ahead, like
I still don't see the light on her collar that you should have. There should be a patch of light on her shoulder, and if you have that, that means you understood what I was saying. And since you don't, I'm still thinking you probably didn't.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is that because I'm going backwards rather than forwards, it's like it's hard for me to, you know.
Well,
Okay.
just paint the light over what you got.
Yeah.
But have it be defined light.
I think I understand what you're saying. I'm not quite sure I can do it. Hold on.
I got it. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to try doing it this way.
I think I understand what you're saying, but I don't know how to do it at this point because
mix your light color.
Yeah.
And paint over.
The lightest color?
Mix for the area where there's supposed to be a lighter color. Mix a bunch of it and then paint it over.
Okay.
I really would kind of like you to start this one again because there are so many things that you jumped ahead of me and did the way somebody would do who hadn't taken my lesson.
Okay.
So it would be best for you to start this again. I think I'm going to suggest that you just do it again.
Okay.
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 Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Gail.
Okay, Dia, let's see what you got.
I'll take a picture of what I have. And
Your camera is set a little bit too high. It's showing mostly the ceiling.
oh, my bad.
Yeah, I like that now. You've done a good job now. Now the dark area that you showed us right next to where you're pointing with your finger, go to your right a little bit. That a little bit more. That's a little too dark.
Okay.
But I do like that you lightened the left side of her nose and kept the right side dark. That is what we want.
I also changed brushes.
That helps, doesn't it?
Oh, that made a big help. I didn't realize how much I think in terms of squares. Yeah.
So don't lose the fact that that's in shadow. Just soften it and lighten it a little bit. Don't give yourself a hard edge there.
Maybe I can wipe it down.
Okay. Melanie, how's it going?
I'm doing the drawing.
Okay.
Yep. Just
right.
plugging along with that.
Okay. Rebecca, yours is looking really nice. Yeah, that's looking really, really nice. Soften the line between her hair and her face. Her bangs and her face. You can make it look more like hair if it's not quite that rigid, but you've done a really good job. The colors are good. The light and shadow are good. Very, very nice. Minette, how's it going? You'll have to unmute. You're going to have to unmute.
I've been plugging away, and
Yeah.
this is where I've gotten so far, kind of something like this.
Nice. Yes, good. Good. You got the light and shadow planes going. I like how you did the ear. That looks really good.
All right, so I have no idea what to do for color for the skin because the picture is quite orange and quite whatever. So I'm just doing what I can figure out with color for skin. And
Okay. So the picture isn't accurate at all?
no, it's more like what I'm trying to do is experiment with just trying to get the shadows in there and more
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'll work on color swatches, but obviously this is a thing you do over and over again until you figure something out. So
We're going to keep doing it.
I think with watercolor, that's generally the deal.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
think that's the way they do it. They do them and then they pick out the one that came out best.
You just keep on experimenting, but I'm enjoying the structure of it, figuring out the structure. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
you're
that, so-
understanding the structure, and I'm glad because that's what these early stages are all about.
Right. There's
Yeah.
one thing that I find a little confusing about the bed bug line still, though, and that is like her head tilted like this. Clearly, she's got a shadow. Was it cast shadow then from the part right here where it's like it's behind her nose?
Yeah.
Is that still a cast shadow then of this part? Or is that a bed bug?
Let me look at the photo again. Give me a second here.
Because I have it on my I have a on my screen on my computer, and I can see that there's like variations on shadow, and it's really curious to me. I'm trying to understand the fundamental of the whole concept.
Yeah, this part where her nose goes in,
Okay, let me take
right?
a look again.
This is more likely to be a bed bug line, and this is more likely to be a cast shadow. But that's kind
Oh,
of soft, so you don't really need to worry about it either way.
right. And then what happens behind her eye? Like
The eye that's behind her nose.
the eye that's to the left of her nose, right? Her left
Yeah.
eye is
Yeah,
quite shady.
don't worry about that. Don't worry about putting the red around the eyes. That's
Oh,
going
okay,
to be
don't do that.
too weird, you know?
Okay. All right. Well, that was what I was trying to figure out. I was like a little baffled by that. I didn't really know how that works with those eyes. Because there's like you can see that it would be easy enough for me to do it with sketching it, right?
Yeah.
But it's harder for me to figure out how to do it with the paint. So anyway,
See
I'll
the
keep
bed bug lines
experimenting.
on your face?
Huh?
See the bed bug lines on your face?
So is it here like this?
Well, what there is a halftone between that and where it gets real light.
Right.
So there's a halftone there. There's a
Right.
definite bed bug line to the left of your nose, to your left,
Right this
right
here?
there on that muscle.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
Not the fold line, but the line on the
Right
muscle.
here. Right.
Yeah. And then the one that's between that muscle and your mouth is a cast shadow. But you see underneath your mouth, right in the middle of your mouth, there's a bed bug line there. Goes straight down to your chin.
Yeah.
And then across and kind of around your chin.
Mhm.
You see it? And then
Yeah.
there's one that comes down the front of your nose.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a cast shadow, but the one that comes
Shadow, but right here, this
down.
thing here.
Yeah. And then there's one that is on your nose. It comes right down the front of your nose.
Right here.
There and down the front. You see it?
Yeah.
So and then on the other side, on your right side, there's reflected light. You see that?
So this side.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
right.
see the reflected light there?
From that light there.
Exactly. And that would be a difference. And that too has its own bed bug line, but you don't draw it that way. You just bear in mind that it follows the contours of the angles of your face, you know?
Right.
So
okay.
that's cool.
So I've been observing, just trying to figure that out when I watch things now. Looking
Yeah.
to see what that bug line is on people's faces because it's more complicated than,
It gets complicated. I'm going to show you what Rebecca is doing. Look how nice that is. She has a real nice,
Whoa.
see?
Yeah.
Just gorgeous, isn't it? She has a real nice
Wow.
photograph and she's doing a good job on the painting. She's really, Rebecca, you're doing so well. It's just
Wow,
good
you
for
really
me to
figured
see
that
it.
out. That's amazing.
Yeah. Really good.
Dale,
Yeah.
I'm just attempting to mix colors, and I don't know if you can see that or not.
They're tending, it looks like to me that you've got some that are tending toward mauvish and some that are more that are warmer.
Yeah. Is that
So which way are you using it? Are the mauve looking ones going to be the shadow?
yeah, the
Okay,
darker yeah.
Yeah, so cool shadows and warm light is what you've got.
Yeah. And well, you know how pale I am.
Yeah. Is she
But
as pale as you are?
no, she is not.
Okay.
She has a little more. She's still very fair, but she has a little more, and I'll call it yellowy, orangey stuff going on in her skin than I'm down toward the pale pinky stuff mostly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'm trying to just come up with some puddles of paint.
It looks like you've got them about right. Add a little bit on your lights. You might add a little bit more yellow and orange.
Okay.
Because that looks kind of like she might have similar color to the one I'm working on. And when I put a test on my skin, I could see that it was pale like my skin, but warmer, which
Yeah.
is what I wanted, you know?
Yeah. And that I've been putting some stuff on mine too. So
Okay.
knowing
All right.
it had to be darker and warmer than me. So
Yeah. Okay.
anyway,
That'll- Good.
yeah. And my photo is not bad,
Okay.
but it's too monochromatic. It doesn't have as many, to me, it doesn't have as many variations as your
The photos generally don't show them. They don't show these angles and planes. And that's part of what's important with doing a portrait is showing things that the camera didn't see, you know?
Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Okay. You going for a ride? Oh, okay.
I'm going to say good day to everybody because it's night for me, so I'll go to bed.
I think you should go to bed, Berta. I'm so happy to have you with us. But I
Thank you. I'm so
understand.
happy to participate.
All right. Good night. Sleep well.
Bye. Have
Bye,
a
Berta.
great day.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
This is my portrait subject.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. That's great. Hi, how are you?
We really match. Really match.
Oh, you're matching her skin. That's a wonderful idea.
No, don't put it on me. You can just wash your hands. That's not right. It's close.
Yeah, just paint your model, right?
Mm-hmm. Make sure you get it right.
Yeah. It'll come off with soap and water.
Here we go. Perfect. Okay.
So is her skin cooler colored than I thought it would be, Liberty?
It's kind of cooler. It looks warmer in the photo, definitely.
It looks real warm.
She
in the
had more
photo.
olive skin than me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think you were right.
So if her skin tone is cool, maybe what you should do is make it Let me think here. Make the shadows warm. Go ahead and reflect a lot of that yellow into the shadows.
Uh-huh. How is this looking? Am I getting there? Did you say?
I think so. It's looking very cool to me, but
Mhm.
go ahead and make the shadows warmer and it might work better.
Because I think definitely the face shape is getting there.
Oh, the face shape is getting there. I think so. Yeah.
Starting off, it's like, oop, that was horrible.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
process.
And also make some color notes for her dark hair so we can see how the skin tones compare with what her hair is going to look like.
Yeah, it's kind of what you said, like the darkest for. It's just blue and orange.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be it. Just like for the other one. Yeah, pretty much. Some more orange.
There, how's it going?
Well, I'm trying to do some transferring of the picture.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
I haven't quite got very far with that, but we're
Okay.
getting there.
All right.
Hmm. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to watch your videos. and come
Scott's
back.
going to keep those videos up for 2 weeks.
Good.
And then when we start next week, I'll review.
Yeah, okay.
What am I looking at here? Here we go. Okay, Pam. I got your note. I need to check something. I think our lawn guy might be here. The hose is out. Okay, thanks. Okay. Now don't worry about blending any of this together. These are color notes. We're going to paint over the whole thing before we're done. So just get your color notes on there where you think you'll want them.
Color mixing. I'm so far behind today. Oh.
You're not. We've got people starting over and everything else. You're not behind.
All right. In your color mixing, you didn't talk about, and I know why you didn't, because you've explained that before, but you didn't talk about using the Viridian with the
Yeah, I haven't had a time. I haven't had a place where I've needed to use Viridian, but if you do, go for it.
I don't know. No idea.
So we're gonna do noses and all that other stuff later, right?
What?
We're gonna do noses and all that kind of stuff later, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
we're
think I'm
doing.
gonna just stop right now, actually.
Just
I think
check
I've
your.
reached my limit.
Well, check your proportions at this point. We're not putting next. Here, I'll show you all what we're going to be doing next, just so you might as well see. So this is what we're working on now. Putting the color notes in, getting that all covered. So hopefully by the end of today, it'll look like that. Next week, we'll put in the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I mean, we're not going to be done with them, but that's next week we'll start to define those. Then the week after, she's got some close-ups about how to do that. And then the week after, we kind of begin to, we paint over it and model the transitions so it doesn't look so much like notes anymore. It's going to be the same colors, but we'll soften all that and model it. So it's going to be, we'll paint over the whole thing. Oil painters will. Watercolorists might need to also, if you're working with glazes, you might want to paint over it, the whole thing, and model these transitions and stuff. You see how the background and the shirt and all that aren't done yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then more detail in the eyes, which I'll show you how to do that. And then details to the mouth and the nose, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And she really likes his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is what it looks like finished. Then you finish up his shirt and everything like that. So you see how different that looks from where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
See, today it's just this. No, actually, it's even earlier than that. It's this. And then next week, we're going to put in the eyes and nose and mouth and model these colors and sort of smooth them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd like you to add more cadmium red light to those colors. They're just looking too gray to me. Make them just a little more lively, a little more cadmium red light. And it might just be that lighting in there, you're working from natural light, which is really lovely, but it's still looking a little bit too mauve-y. I'm going to look in, oh no, I guess I can't. Never mind. I think I have one here where she's got a lot of mauve in her skin. Let me check. Liberty? This one where she's completely in shadow.
Yeah.
But you see how there's quite a bit of mauve and even violet
Oh yeah.
in her skin, but there's also these warmer oranger tones and pinker tones that make her look alive.
Yes.
So see if you can do something like that. It would have to do with the forms of her face, you know?
I guess I didn't understand because I thought you told me like, lean away from that. To
Yeah.
the more orange.
Yeah.
Reel it in.
But we'll have a chance to get away from it during the week and look at it again next week. Because next week we're painting over the whole thing again, but we're adding the eyes and nose and mouth. So this is just your first coat of color on here today.
All right, folks, I'm running out of steam. I'm going to have to head out.
Okay. All right.
You
It's
guys
good to
later.
have you. You're the last of the Europeans to bag out.
Well, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better. So,
You're feeling better, aren't you?
Last time I was only able to make it to lunch, and this time
I
I made
know.
so,
Yeah, you're feeling better all the time.
yeah.
When are you going to Copenhagen?
Huh?
When
Oh,
are
that'll
you?
be in a couple months.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
Had to make those reservations early because it gets they have a very short season, So
You better, yeah, you have to make it right during that period when they have daylight, right?
yeah, well, they have a ton of daylight right at that time, but it's just like, it's a really popular time to go. So
yeah,
yeah. So
that's going to be
all right,
so
folks,
fun.
I'm gonna head to bed. Good to see you
Okay,
all.
good night. Have a good
Bye.
night. Sleep well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. They're concentrating. I'll see you later.
Gail, Suzanne. Is it okay?
Yeah, Anne, I've been watching that. It's looking excellent.
Do I start putting his eyebrow? Thank you. Do I start putting his eyebrow hairs in the shading of it?
Yeah, you could actually go ahead and put in his eyes and his eyelids and everything. You've got all the form on there.
Okay.
And it's looking good. So you can go ahead and get started with his eyes.
Okay.
And his eyebrows and all that.
All right.
Arlene, this is looking really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're getting the form and the colors. His likeness is spot on. Nice job.
I hope I don't lose him.
Well, I don't think you will. I think you're going to be fine.
You wanna go out again? You gotta decide.
I got it, Melanie.
Okay.
Yes, that's perfect. Good job.
All right.
Yeah, it's just right.
Yeah, put
Okay,
in some
nice.
shadows.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca, I want to show this off. Look how she did. Isn't that beautiful? And I want to show you what Anne is doing. You can't see it very well, it's shiny. And somebody else has nailed it. I'm trying to. Here's what Arlene is doing. Arlene. Oh, come here. One more. Berta. Now, Rebecca, Rebecca, aren't you glad you didn't waste this day trying to fix that other painting? Because this one is really a success. And did your husband make that mall stick?
No, I bought it online a couple years ago.
Oh, I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, I like it because it's
Usually it's
kind
just
of
the
on-
stick without the attachments, you know?
Yeah,
That's really nice.
It's got it attached to the easel right here.
Yeah,
If you can see it.
I like that a lot. I was noticing that, yeah.
It's
Very
easy-
nicely planned.
Yeah, it's easy to attach in there.
That's very nice. Hey, Di Simmons, I want you to take a look at this. Remember I
Yeah.
said you could steady your hand?
Yeah.
You can also use a maul stick, but this is a really extra special kind of maul stick. Look at that.
Yeah.
She's got it attached to the easel.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but
You got it online, you say?
yeah, I got it online a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I just came across it. I'm forgetting where, and I said, "Oh, I need that."
Yeah, that's a well-designed one.
Yeah, look, it's sturdy.
I like it. I'll look and see if I can find something like that.
I have a long brush I use as a maul stick. Here's the brush I use. Students gave this brush to me at Plaza because I was telling them to stand farther away from the canvas. And so just as a joke, they gave this to me. But I use it as a maul stick. I just, you know, steady my hand this way with this.
Yeah, that
But
looks
the way
like it
she's
works.
got hers, you know, it would just stay put. That's really nice.
I just sent you a photo. Could you tell me what's wrong with mine at the moment?
Excuse me? Oh, you sent me a photo? Okay. All right. You take a look.
I know
Alrighty.
there's something off about it. I can't put my finger on right now.
Oh, no, it's looking really good. It's looking so good.
It is?
Yeah, it really is. Go ahead and paint over the eyes, though. Remember what I showed you all that about the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
How you have a bed bug line in the eyes?
Oh,
and
yeah.
paint them as if they're closed.
Okay.
Because we need to see the light and shadow where that form is. Yeah, the colors are good. The marks are good. It's a funny looking phase. It's going to be funny looking.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and put color on the hands as well. And soften the edge between her hair and her face.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and color the eyes in as if they were closed. We'll put the eyes in next week.
Kind of like that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Okay, now go ahead and put those colors on her hands because you've done a good job with the colors. They're looking good. Let's see how much time we have. We have about a half hour. Teresa, how's it going?
I'll send you a picture.
Try to sound a little less enthusiastic. How about?
I don't think I've got her. Well, oh, wait, whatever.
In the Tuesday class, we're doing portraits from life.
Uh-huh.
And we have, at lunchtime, we all sit around together and have lunch. And then we go back to doing the portraits again. Well, we have one new person in that class, and she's outside, drawing outside. And the people who are doing portraits are doing portraits inside. And then she's the new person is all thrilled and excited and happy to be drawing outside. And the ones that are doing the portraits, it gets to be the end of lunchtime. And I say, well, we better get back to work. And they're all like, she's all happy to be drawing outside. And they're
But I sent you the picture. There's
Okay.
actually a person kind of in there, but I'm not sure it's the right person.
No, actually, it's looking pretty good. It is looking a whole lot better than it was before. Now double check her hair. I think you might have given her too much hair.
Yeah, I have not done anything to her hair. I'm still
Okay.
trying to get the face thing.
Okay, well, I think you're doing a good job, and I think it's there. And I appreciate that you're not trying to do anything with her eyes other than let them be marked in the shadow there like it's supposed to be. That's exactly what we're doing. And I like that you give her a violet shadow color and warm light colors. That's very nice. You've done a good job. Good job. Yeah. Now kind of soften where the skin meets the hair then, if you don't want to work on the hair.
Well,
you
I
do
can
need
work
to-
on the hair. I just hadn't done anything yet. So
Okay. Well, that needs to be a little softer than it is.
yeah.
Especially on the shadow side. You could maybe give it more definition right on her cheekbone. Her cheekbone on our left, it would be her right. You can let it be defined, but make it softer every place else and give her less of it.
Okay.
No, you've done a good job. The colors are just right. It's working.
I wouldn't go that far, but
No, it's working. It really is.
Yeah,
Nice
I
job.
do see it. That was the thing with the one that you did of your daughter. It was amazing how you could see a person down in there.
It is amazing how this works. I think it's just,
Uh-huh.
I think it's a thrill, and especially when you get the eyes on there, and when you put the little highlight in the eye, all of a sudden the person comes to life.
Mhm.
It's very exciting.
No. No, thank you.
You're welcome. Arlene, did you see Ann Smallstick?
I couldn't see how it attached.
Well, here I'll show you. It attaches to a wooden easel. You see how that is? It's got a metal attachment to the wooden easel. So with your smaller easel, I don't think it would work. But if you do have a wooden one, I think, don't you?
I have.
Anyway, she got it online. She doesn't remember the brand name of it, but it might be something you'll find useful.
Yeah, I have a mall stick.
Yeah, I do too, but it's kind of a pain having to hold it steady, but hers looks like
Yes.
it would be steady on its own.
Yes.
Okay, we have about 15 minutes left, and I want you to get your paintings ready for next week because these will dry over the week, and I want your paintings to be to where we can paint over them next week. So watch me briefly. I'm going to see what I might want to do to get ready for next week. So I have a lot of heavy paint on here, and I'm going to paint over this whole thing next week and do more blending and get more detail. And I'm going to start doing the eyes and glasses and nostrils, more about her mouth and her ears, more in the background, all that next week is what I'm going to do. There might be places where I have a hard edge that I'd rather was a soft edge. There might be corrections I want to make. Like I think I want to make a correction right here. I think that's not quite right. So I corrected that. And then I think I want to have a softer edge here. So while it's wet, I can do this with softening edges and give it a softer edge right here. And maybe here too. So any place where you have too hard an edge, just, it's your choice if you want that edge to be hard or soft, but we should have a number of soft edges. And then if you have any places where the paint is really sticking out, you want to make it so that's not sticking out. This is an extra copy I have of my print, so I'll just lay it over here very gently and then pick it up. And see, it picked up some of the thicker brush strokes. Now these real thick brush strokes, we don't want thick brush strokes on yet because they might mess us up next week when we go to paint over it. So if you have any really thick brush strokes, this is the way to get rid of them. Don't press on the paper, just lay it on there gently and then lift it up, and it'll pick up any strokes that are too thick that might cause you a problem next week. So that's what we want to do to get this done and ready for next week. Just kind of soften some places and pick up any extra heavy thick brush strokes. And then next week, we'll put in the eyes and the nostrils and the things like glasses and stuff like that person might have. And I'm thinking actually right now, since I do like the color of the hair, I think I'll put the hair the way I might want it. I'm getting a different brush for that purpose. This little fan brush might be nice for her hair. Softens that. Okay, so just get it ready for next week. We'll the fan brush is good for any softening you want to do, by the way. And then next week we'll paint over it. There might be areas that are exactly the way you want them that you don't have to paint over, as long as you soften them here first. The fan brush is good for softening. And then there might be some areas that you'll want to paint over and refine. And then we're also going to be doing the eyes and nose and details like glasses and jewelry and stuff, working some more on the background. Liberty, you're doing a good job on the hands. That's good. Yeah, yeah, you're doing a good job with the anatomy of that wrist too. Since your model is there, you might want to have her come in and you can feel her wrist and feel exactly how that bone attaches to the phalanges. That might be something you'd find helpful if she would be willing to do that.
Okay, reconnect, remake the pose. Now you gotta do your hands. It's like that. Like that. Stop it.
Thank you for posing.
That needs to be done.
Yeah, and then you can see exactly how defined that needs to be, and you can feel it too.
Like there or this one?
Both of them.
Both.
Because they're both kind of the same. They have this bone right here, and then this comes around, but it doesn't come all the way around. It comes only as far as to the bone.
Like
Melanie and Manette used to model for me all the time. They know exactly what it's like. When you have an artist in your family, you're going to be a model part of the time.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do that more. This hurts. You that unfit?
Why would I be unfit? That's rude.
This one needs to be. Oh, you had.
Yeah, why are you not watching here?
Like, there we go. Gotta connect it. Okay, thank you. You're good to go. I think I did a painting of hands a long time ago.
So you've had some experience then.
I've had a little bit of experience. They weren't very good, mind you, but
well, any experience helps.
Yep. You know, it's even you got to make them look lifelike, which I think is the hard part. Because your hands are always like moving. That's what they're making.
They're always moving. Yeah.
So.
And they are complex. That's one of the things that AI kept getting wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice when AI first came out, they couldn't figure out how to do hands?
Sometimes they still can't. If you look
Sometimes
at photos, that's the one thing you look at. You look at the hands.
Look at the hands, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the feet, because then they don't know where their toes are going.
Feet are bad too.
Mm-hmm. I need to work on her chin.
Okay.
But this class has been really fun. It's really helpful.
Good. I'm glad. I'm really glad.
Mm-hmm. I can look at a person and like figure out what I need to do, but I can't really like, name it. So it's really helpful, like a more professional.
A lot of times it has to do with the structure more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've spent so much time on that underlying structure.
And I think she has like light, like violet undertones, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you did that. I think in the shadow, you've made it kind of violet. We're going to have reflected light over there eventually.
She has, like, her shirt is giving her.
Yeah.
Like pinky tones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
why it does. You've got that pink reflecting from her shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But the reflected lights will begin showing it now, but mostly reflected light. We can refine that in our next steps.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed like such a big difference between putting those red spots.
Yeah.
It's
It
literally
does
made
make
like such an improvement. Like I would have never thought of that.
it makes it look so alive, doesn't it?
Yeah, because then you have those actual real spots where things are
Yeah.
supposed to be.
And you can let that red mix in a little bit with the flesh tones. You don't have to leave
Mhm.
it as a stripe or a spot. You just put it in there so that it influences the rest of the colors, you know?
Mm-hmm. Should I do some type of tone for her lips?
No, we'll get more
Right
involved
now,
with
or wait
that
till
next week.
next week?
Yeah, we're going to do the lips and eyes and all that next week.
Mhm.
Fingernails might happen the week after. I don't know. We'll see how fast we go. We've got about 5 minutes, everybody. If you have a question, it's now or never.
How long have you been painting?
My whole life.
Whole life? Mm-hmm.
Jesus told me when I was about 3 that I needed to draw.
Mm.
And I started with oil painting when I was about 7.
7? Wow.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because my parents were artists, so they were okay with, they had the materials and they were okay with me using them, you know.
I was like 3 months ago.
You're doing really, really well.
Mm,
You must have been drawing for a long time though, right?
Well, I've been painting since I was probably like 8, maybe.
That's great. Yeah.
And then probably the youngest I could go, but I've only been drawing for about like 5 years.
Okay.
So I actually liked doing it, and then I actually like picked it up myself and had to do it. But I've always liked painting.
I enjoy abstract painting, but to me, realism is more of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, a good realistic painting is also a good abstract because of the composition. The composition has to work as a good abstract before you make it realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be able to do both kinds of things. And I just kind of like, I don't know, I like being able to do both.
Mm-hmm. I like this kind of abstract where you can see your colors in your skin, like eyelashes, but you don't see like every single little thing.
Exactly. Or it looks
It's
like a
you
painting.
have more, your brain can like imagine it more and it sees like in a moving picture.
I like that.
Like an old film, like you see with old film, you don't see everything. It's like the movement of it more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's a lovely effect.
Mm-hmm. Is it time?
It's just about time. Rebecca, I think we can see a little bit of her throat in the photograph, and we can't see it in the painting, and it makes it look like her head isn't attached.
Yeah, finished putting a first coat.
Okay.
Didn't really do much on the face. I want to get everything around it.
Okay.
I knew that I could finish that in the time that I had. So here's.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I love the technique you used. Very, very fun. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Annette went to bed. My new crepe myrtle tree is being delivered tomorrow.
Oh, the big one, right?
The big one. I'm so excited.
They're going to help dig a hole for it too, right?
Oh, they're going to plant it for me.
Okay, good.
And it'll be guaranteed because they're planting it. It'll be guaranteed for a year to survive its first year. So
nice.
Yeah. And I need to sort of direct them because there was a pine tree not too far away from where I'm going to have them planted, maybe 6 feet away. So there could still be some horrible roots and things that they need to deal with, So I told them that.
Probably some big ones.
Yeah, I told them that at the place where I bought it, and hopefully they'll be prepared.
It's being delivered tomorrow?
Yeah.
You might want to call them again today after class and just remind them.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I'd kind of have a fair idea of what time tomorrow they might show up too, you know?
Just because the people who are dispatched for the tree might be different people than the people that you told about the roots, and they
I
might
wouldn't be a bit surprised. Yeah.
not.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to call them after class, which is going to be in about a minute.
Mhm.
We have about a minute left of class. How's Gail doing?
Gail's back at the shelter,
Oh, okay.
and I believe she has gone to a longer term foster home now.
Oh, good. Good for her.
Their cards on the board anymore. So I think she's doing well. We're training her to go up and down the ramp work.
Good.
So I was able to get her to go into the car willingly and to come back out.
Good. Yeah. When are you when are you leaving for Disney World?
Well, Clearwater, Tampa, so probably not going to go to Disney World, but
Oh, okay.
next this coming Sunday.
Okay. So you're going to Clearwater, so you'll be seeing manatees and stuff, right?
Potentially. I don't
Potentially.
know what I'm going to do. I don't really have plans. I'm just going on vacation.
Just a vacation. Do you
Yeah,
have
the
family to
main
visit
point
or
is
anything? You're just
well,
headed
yeah,
someplace?
yeah. The main point of going down there is that David and Stephen and Uncle John and Carol are all going.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
I'm going to just do
Just
it.
going to
if
be
you
with
want to.
everybody.
Mhm.
That'll be fun. That's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I'm going to
Well,
see
somebody's
Ilana
in
on
Florida right
Tuesday.
now, right? You're just going to join them
They
down there
went
then.
already. David went
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I saw that turtle.
Uh-huh. Yeah, David and Amy and company are down there already.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's time for class to end. So I will see you all later. I'm glad you're here. Remember, prepare your painting to be painted over next week. If you have sharp edges that you want to soften, now's the time to soften them. If you have thick paint, we don't really want thick paint just now. If you have any areas of real thick paint, lay that paper very gently to pick that up, and you'll be all ready. Let it dry over the week, and we'll be all ready to put our second coat on next week. Put the details of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth next week. So we'll see you then, and have a good week. Bye-bye.